So, Excalibur is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is very, very good. Despite doing a lot of things I think most people would consider wrong, it is a very big movie. Its scope is phenomenal, and it covers years and years of Arthurian legend. Spoilers ahead, of course, for one very old movie. Supposedly, Excalibur stars Nigel Terry as King Arthur, but I posit the movie is actually about two other people, by the way they steal every scene they're in and how much of the movie actually revolves around their machinations. I'm talking about Helen freaking Mirren as Morgana and Nicole Williamson as Merlin. And just, my God, the movie is gorgeous, capturing all the myth and romance of the Arthurian legend. It comes, I think, at the cost of some character development in regards to Arthur and his crowd. But, I don't know, sacrifice might not be the right word for it, because the goal, it seems to me, was to capture the romantic, traditional, and somewhat mythical side of the legend. Events transpire in a very isolated fashion and rather quickly, where we're moved from Arthur's first battle to him meeting Guinevere to him meeting Lancelot in the span of a few minutes, really. And it adds a sort of dreamlike quality to it as a result. And ruling it all among the most complex, devious characters in movie history, I think, we have Merlin and later Morgana. You might rightly claim some characters deserved more depth and nuance, but I don't think the truly observant can deny that Merlin had all that and more. This impish, fickle wizard doesn't really fit the mold of kindly mentor any more than he does evil sorcerer. He's a very nuanced character. He sides with Uther Pendragon, using his magic to allow the foolhardy king to sleep with the Duchess Igraine, which is horrible if you think about it. And Morgana, Igraine's young daughter, she bears witness to it all and sees through the magic of Merlin. Uh, if you really stop and think about it, the trauma and confusion inflicted in that moment might very well lead to Morgana's resentment of her brother Arthur, this bastard born of lies, and also might instill in the poor girl a sense that the only thing that matters is power. That if kings and queens can do whatever they want, regardless of what's right or wrong, then Morgana might very well see that she should be queen, that that she would be able to do whatever she wants and prevent bad things from happening to her in turn. But Merlin has his own reasons for doing what he does. He desires only that the one true king should be born, that the land be set to rights, and he's willing to sacrifice the happiness of some people in order to do that. He's very clever, making jokes with hidden meanings, and often trying to warn Arthur of impending danger in his own cryptic fashion. He seems a doomed figure, almost, and only more so when he begins tutoring Morgana in the ways of magic. They actually have a very interesting relationship, seeming to love and despise each other in equal measure, until at last Morgana usurps Merlin and seals him away in the Crystal Cave forever. Which, yes, it wouldn't be half as good without the talents of Nicole Williamson and Helen Mirren, who actually didn't get along well with each other, I understand, in real life, and were sort of tricked into taking part in the movie alongside each other. I think eventually they let bygones be bygones, but still, when you're watching the movie, you can sort of see elements of that. You can see the way they talk to each other, the sort of looks they give. It's quite fascinating. Is Excalibur a perfect movie? I don't think so. At times, I believe it relies perhaps too heavily on titillating the audience, while the main characters suffer mainly just by not having enough screen time to live out their growth as well as their failings. The betrayal of Arthur when he discovers Lancelot and Guinevere together is still quite moving, at least to me, and followed swiftly by, and this is magic playing into emotion once more, Morgana's betrayal of Merlin in the Crystal Cave. The movie is just, it's full of such beautiful, horrifying, and enchanting imagery, leaving behind realism, you might say, for something that is emotionally and spiritually resonant. The fact that it was filmed in Ireland and has a very prominent Irish cast, despite being about the very English King Arthur, only adds to the majesty of it, in my opinion. The charm of making Merlin's magic spell, which he uses very often, is done in Old Irish, and the mythology he speaks of about the land and the old ways is very reminiscent, I think, of the Druidism of Ireland and Britain. It is wonderful, really, in that regard. And I think the only true endorsement I can give it is that if you're interested in that spiritual, dreamlike aspect of the mythology, you should definitely watch Excalibur for that alone, knowing that you probably won't get a fresh take on Arthur himself, but you'll get something else, I think, something more. And this isn't even my favorite movie. I actually like The Northman better, although there is much similar between the two, in both sort of mentality and aesthetic. Perhaps there's a video coming on that one soon. Anyway, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. There will definitely be more coming soon, so yeah. Bye.